Small fish cannot stop a whale.
Brixton, known for its vibrant markets, live music, and wide range of Afro-Caribbean foods. It's home to a diverse community which in recent years have come together against the gentrification of their neighborhood. The current issue, the Hondo Tower. So we've taken it upon ourselves, a group of young filmmakers from Lambeth, to investigate the current conflict that the community faces. First, to find out more about the proposal of this 20-story office block, we interviewed a long-time resident of Brixton, Danai Nardi. Nardi is a proud member of the Fight the Tower campaign and told us a bit about the dilemma.
My name is Danai Nardi. I live in Brixton the last 25 years. I came here around the end of the 90s and I worked in Brixton for 7 years as well. It's a 20-story tower in the middle of Brixton. It is unsuitable from an architectural point of view, from an engineering point of view, environmental, social. We believe that because it was presented as a project that will enhance the area, it will bring money, which is very important for councils in general to bring money into the area, which is absolutely understandable. But it was also presented as something that is going to support the residents, the communities around the Brixton. Only 17% of the offices will be given to the community. Jobs will be created to the community, the local people, the residents actually. Lots of people who are here for a very long time, they have to be pushed out because of the prices. The disruption for these communities is going to be massive when you're going to have a lot of people coming in just to commute. It's going to lose its character. It's going to lose a lot of
Yes,
things.
hi. I'm Hiba Ahmed. And I'm one of the organizers of Save Noor. Um, I work as a campaigner in like my personal capacity, and I've been kind of helping out with this campaign ever since it started, when we were resisting the eviction of Noor Cash and Carry in Brixton, and then it grew it to Fight the Tower. So basically, like when we started this campaign, it was kind of like almost an accidental one, because we were kind of looking at this developer, Taylor McWilliams, as his company Hondo Enterprise, and what kind of plans they had in store for Brixton. When we found out that he had this tower kind of in the pipeline, so we started kind of gathering objections to it, and this was when it was going through like Lambeth Council's development process basically. So we gathered around like 8,000 I think objections in a petition, and then we gathered around 2,000 more in the form of like postcards that we collected over I think 2 or 3 weekends, where we stood outside of the planned development site and just talked to people about it. These are people who usually don't hear about these kinds of stuff and also often don't have the means or access to digital spaces. So yeah, we gathered around 10,000 objections. We went into this, they call it like the PAC, the Planning Application Committee, thinking that like we have collected enough and we've shown that the community is against it. And what the council ended up doing is that they just threw out everything that we'd kind of given them. So we kind of took to legal grounds and we hired some really good lawyers that helped us kind of put together a legal case for why this shouldn't be accepted and shouldn't go through.
I do think that that Brixton is a very attractive area to make money, as we see how the high street has changed through the decades, through the years, and all the local shops have disappeared and big chains have appeared on the high street and beyond. I support the people that I know, the area that I know, the places we shop from all over the world, from African, Caribbean, South American, Middle Eastern products, and all this vibrant. We need to create jobs. We need to create opportunities within the area before we go and look for money from Texas. We need spaces. We need to keep our youth occupied. We need to inspire. We need to be creative, productive. Lots of people use the word ethnic cleansing, that is happening, even though this sounds a very strong term to use.
I mean, I think people have been pushed out already. We're already seeing a lot of social cleansing in the neighborhood, and it's just going to be further accelerated. and the council are like kind of pretending like they have a vested interest in protecting the cultural assets of the neighborhood, when in reality they've been happily selling out the neighborhood for the last, like, what is it, 20 years or so, to the highest bidder. Like, Hondo Enterprise own the village, Brixton Village, and they own the market, and they have done so, I think, since 2018. And over that short period of time, we've seen so many traditional vendors being priced out. We've seen how they've mistreated their current existing tenants. We've seen the plans that they have installed for the market. For example, when they suggested this tower, they also have an additional market space as part of their offer. And like, when we kind of went through the brochures for it, for example, it was completely ridiculous. Like, it looked nothing like Brixton looks today. So basically, they're taking a heritage that's been built by diaspora communities, by racialized communities, by working class communities. They're banking on it for being cool now that, like, it's reached that stage of like regeneration, and they're gonna do their very best to continue profit off of it. And if that means displacing people that have lived there for many, many years and that have built it, they're very comfortable with that, because that's what their actions have shown us so far. They're very happy displacing vendors, they're happy displacing tenants. I don't think they particularly care. I don't do this because it's enjoyable. Like, I do this because otherwise, like, my community is going to be pushed out and disappear. And I think that's like, it's basically the crux of what we're doing. Like, if this was a tower that had social homes, like 20 floors of social homes, I would be like, you know, daylight, who needs it? Like, let's build that, because people need affordable housing in Brixton. If it had like genuinely big, like affordable spaces for the community and like for traders, I would be the first person to rally behind it, like regardless of its cost or whatever. But because it is only benefiting like a certain amount of people and like a certain class of people, I just think like this is completely ridiculous. Like, they need to go back and rethink what they're doing with the space.
I'm the Bushman. They call me Bushman. Brixton used to be really nice, you know. The market, you would have to go like that to walk in the market. But now you can go like that. So that is a change. All the roads in Brixton used to have mostly black people. The people with money come in. The population of black people is dwindling. This was a black community. You know, you see black people everywhere, black and white. There's a lot of protests along here about the tower. People don't really want it. And I always sign. So, you know, one small fish cannot stop a whale, can it? Well, this is it. The whale is a man with hundreds of millions of pounds.
So what now? After investigating the rich culture, strong community of Brixton and the possible effects of the Hondo Tower, we've concluded that the locals know best.
A recurring theme from our interviewees was the idea of community, and that all must come together to fight the whale. If the community says no, then let's listen.